right. Hello, everyone. I see everybody's coming in right now. We're going to get started in about 30 seconds here. All right, everyone, we'll go ahead and get started. I just want to welcome everyone to our SoCal CCIM Lunch and Learn. Topic is today is how to leverage CCIM to grow your business. And so we're going to go ahead and get started just as we typically do with our Lunch and Learns, which is talk about the mission statement that we have for CCIM, which is the mission of CCIM Institute is to elevate our members to the highest levels of success in the commercial real estate profession as we possibly can. And that's exactly what we try to do with the webinars that we're putting together and making sure that we're giving all the information we can to make sure all the commercial real estate professionals that are out there are able to help maximize and grow their business. Also want to encourage everyone to look at our social media sites. We're doing a great job as far as keeping everyone up to date on there on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. And I think YouTube is very unique because it actually has a recording of everything that we've done this year. So if you ever wanted to go back and to see what we've done, it's a great place to go back and look at some of those presentations. Also want to remind everyone and let them know about Prop 15, November 3rd. It's next week. This is an important proposition, especially in the commercial real estate industry. And so we want to make sure that you're aware of that, and your CCIM group is encouraging everyone to vote no on this. Also want to give recognition to our board members and also thank them as well. There's no way we could do the things that we do without our board members, and so want to make sure that we give recognition to all of those that have been participating and give us all the support that they have. And again, thank you so much, because there's no way we could do the things we do without our board members. And so with that, we want to also give recognition to each of our sponsors and really want to thank them and support them as much as they've been supporting us. And so what we do at every Lunch and Learn is we want to bring in our sponsors to talk a little bit more about their business. And so for you sponsors, I'm going to do is I'm going to look for you, and I'm going to bring you in, and we're going to go ahead and start you off with Mr. Andrew Bermudez. Andrew, yes, sir.
Hey, how are you, man?
Very good.
Good. Can you see me? I don't think my camera's on.
I can't see you.
Yeah, let's see.
Whatever it's setting on our end.
Yeah, it's okay. It's we don't have to do that. But hey, yeah, glad to support CCIM. You guys are awesome. As many of you know, I was a partner at Lee & Associates for many years. That's how we got to know each other, Gary. Digsy is pretty simple. We are a way to help brokers better market their listings, not only to brokers, but also end users. So it's free to list your properties on Digsy. And then if you want more push or anything like that, you can upgrade your account to a pro membership. It's $59 a month. We give you higher exposure. We do email blasts to brokers, principals, et cetera. We have an amazing email list. And also we promote you in social media and different services. One thing that we've been doing a lot of is we also help you guys acquire digital assets to help you better market your properties, win more listings, impress property owners, et cetera. Two of the things that we're doing is professional photography and then 3D virtual tours. A lot of you may already know them, like Matterport tours. And our cost for Digsy Pro members is anywhere from 1/7 to 1/10 of the cost that if you were to hire traditional virtual photographer. So we can actually show the space. You can walk around it. You can see the exterior of the building. You can see the lobbies, the yards, etc. And in fact, our team's doing one for you right now, Gary.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm happy to show you guys what those look like. Just feel free to email me. I'll put my email address in the chat, but it's andrew@getdigsy.com. Happy to, all we need to be able to quote 3D tours. We can also create floor plans from those 3D tours and shoot for photography. Happy to give you guys an example. But yeah, you can just contact me via Gary or anybody else. They all have my information. I'll put in the Q&A, I'll put my email address, but thanks for having me.
Andrew, thank you so much for your support. We greatly appreciate it. And so we're going to kick it over to Dino Champagne, Asset Preservation. Dino?
Good afternoon, everyone. And as I like to say, happy 10/31, right around the corner. 2020 marks our 99th year of being an effective part of real estate for investors as well as business owners, farmers, and the like. So we want to keep our code. So if you can reach out, we have on our website, or the FEA website, I should say, talk to the Congress people about 1031s and how valuable they are as an asset for growing and continuing ownership in the 1031 space and real estate for that matter. Gary, I did my part. I voted today and I checked the right box for Proposition 15.
Wonderful. Thank you, Dino.
All right, everybody take care.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So let's swing it over to AIR CRE, Sean Pullen. Sean.
Hello, everybody. Thank you all for having me here. It looks like my video is not going either, but that doesn't matter. You can hear me. So AIR, many of you already know about us. We are doing what we can to help support the communities of the Southern California Basin, listing information, sales comp details. A lot of you may have seen over the last year and a half, we have a brand new email marketing platform that allows you to get in touch with about 6,500 local Southern California professionals. So there's a lot that's going on.
Oh.
Hello.
All right. Sorry about that. Oh, that was my fault. I'll swing you over trying to turn your video on, Sean.
No problem. So again, additionally, we're working with about an email marketing system that gets you in touch with about 6,500 local Southern California brokers. We're fully researching sales comps on all asset types. Many people know us for our industrial data. We are absolutely doing our best to work on our office data, which is also very strong as well. And then we're furthermore going to start researching retail information as the next year or two passes on. So keep in touch if you are working mostly with those asset types, and we can help supplement some of the data you might be working with elsewhere. The two big things that are going on our end currently are our contracts. As many of you again know, California standard for working on leases and sale agreements, we are now expanding that hopefully nationwide over the next year or two. Currently, right now, we do have contracts up and running and available for Arizona, Colorado, Georgia, Nevada, Michigan, New Jersey, and Utah. So if you know colleagues in those markets and you know how powerful our documents are, please feel free to fill them in on that information. We are at the hope is at the end of the year, we'll also add Florida, Illinois, Pennsylvania, and Texas. And then over the next year, we hope to add another additional state every month going forward, so that at some point, again, with the next year or two, we'll be in about 40 states across the country. So we are very excited about that. That's been a long project for us. Additionally, on the research side of things, we also are now in a position where we are researching true owner data. So you can go into the database, you can look up properties, and you can find true ownership information, phone numbers, contact information, things like that. Right now, we are again focusing on industrial first and foremost, because that is again what most of our members are looking for. But it does not mean we're going to stop there. We are absolutely going to start researching the additional property types as well, so that we have a full set of information. From that point, it just falls on the sales comps, and as properties sell, we're going to research them. We're going to find out who those new owners are and continue to update the properties going forward. So we are also very excited about that. The final piece to mention, just as a reminder, AIR members, you do also have access to some nationwide data as well through your AIR account. So if you are working with investors who are potentially scared about what's going on with Prop 15 and want to move some money out to Arizona, let me know. We can talk about that and see if we can give you some data in those other markets around the country as well. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your weekend. Have a safe Halloween.
Yes, sir. Sean, thank you so much for all your support as well. And thank you for sharing all that information. That's great news. And so thank you. All right, so let's swing it over to John Baker. John.
Hello there.
Law Group.
I'm John Baker with Baker Law Group. As most of you know, I'm a real estate attorney. Now that the restrictions on commercial evictions and foreclosures are fading away, I think it's quite possible we're going to see more contentious behavior. Add to that the fact that the weather is getting colder. It's likely that restaurants and other businesses are going to be more stressed. So this could be, what does this mean? Well, will people dine outside when it's colder? Will COVID cases surge, resulting in further restrictions on non-essential businesses? One thing that we're likely to see because of all this is receiverships. So receiverships is where the lender or the landlord get a court order allowing them to install someone to take control of the borrowers of the tenant's business. Now, that could be apartment buildings because the lender wants the rent to go to the lender and not to the owner. It could mean hotels or construction projects gone awry. It could also mean cities that are fed up with ongoing nuisance situations. And of course, it could mean restaurants. So here's my advice if one of your clients is threatened with a receivership. So don't take it lightly, first of all, or your client should not take it lightly. And second of all, don't dilly-dally. You're going to need to find an attorney who's familiar with receiverships, like I am, and can help with that. You need to challenge the appointment of the receiver from the very get-go. As one court just recently said in the Court of Appeal, it's true that receivers are often legal luxuries, frequently representing an extravagant cost to a losing litigant. And that's been very true in my experience. So you need to get involved quickly and see if you can resolve it and see if you can even avoid the receivership. Thanks, Gary. I'll put my contact information on the chat if you turn that on.
Yeah, please do. Thank you for that. And so, all right, very good. Let's kick it over to Earl McCoubrey. Earl.
Hello, everybody. Earl McCoubrey, commercial real estate mortgage loan originator with Fidelity Bancorp Funding in Santa Ana. So all this stuff going on with the business cycle and COVID and so on and so forth has a big impact on how lenders are responding to financing requests, both for refinances and for purchases. And so we add value by helping to navigate that. So we're actually a brokerage, a commercial real estate mortgage brokerage. So we work with a lot of different underwriters, a lot of different lenders, bank to non-bank lenders. And so we're a good choice when it comes to figuring out how to get something financed. Rates are still really, really low. There's an awful lot of multifamily rates that are in the high 2s and low to mid 3s for really, really good borrowers and properties. And certainly rates in the low 3s for commercial properties, and both owner occupied as well as investment properties. And so we navigate all that. We also operate an in-house bridge loan program. So that's for when a building is just not ready for its long-term financing yet, or perhaps the borrower is not ready for long-term financing. So interest only for 12 to 36 months, rates starting as low as 7.5, typically 7.5 to 9% in that range, plus 1.25 points, and no prepayment penalty. So we're looking for more of those to do now. That fund is growing larger, so we're looking for bridge loan opportunities as well. We fund and service those in-house. So Earl McCoubrey, commercial real estate finance for both owner-occupied and investor properties, refinances as well as purchases. Easy peasy deals are certainly welcome, but we also work on a lot of problem situations. So whatever it is, we appreciate the call. Thanks
Wonderful.
very much.
Earl, thank you again for all your support. Thank you so much. And so, all right, last but not least, let's take it over to Ken with Platinum Wealth Group. Ken.
Hey, Gary, thanks. Ken Clidoris with Platinum Wealth Group. And for those of you that don't know, we offer a 1031 exchange replacement property solution for your clients looking for a passive investment to fulfill their 1031 exchange. We can do that nationally. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me or go to platinumwealthgroup.com. Thank you.
Ken, again, thank you so much for your support, and also want to give recognition to our other sponsors such as Small Business Finance, CDC. So if anyone looking for an SBA loan, they're a wonderful organization to go to, just get 10% down for an owner user. Also want to recognize Coast to Coast Escrow Services, Kip Kennedy, along with Brenda Burnett. They do wonderful escrow services, and I know a lot of us had an opportunity to work with them. And of course, Mr. Kim Tran with CoStar LoopNet. I want to thank him for all the support and everything that he's done for our chapter. And so also want to thank all of our sponsors, and thank you, give you recognition, and thank you, each of you so much. I've had the pleasure and opportunity to work with each of you, and I can tell you each of you are real professional and amazing at what you do. And so also want to encourage all of our members, if you have any questions, if there's anything that any of our sponsors mentioned that you would like to get more information on, please go ahead and give them a call. They're open for business and they would love to hear from you. So again, sponsors, thank you so much for everything you do. And thank you. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and get into our program, which is how to leverage CCIM to grow your business. And so this is a question that at least I get quite a bit, from existing designees, from candidates and people that are just kind of looking to get involved with CCIM is, what is CCIM? How can I leverage CCIM to grow my business? And so what we decided to do, especially as we are turning the corner and we're thinking about what to get involved with for 2021, we thought this might be timely in order for us to talk a little bit more as to what CCIM has to offer. And so at the end of this, what we're going to do as well, I see a lot of attendees that are here, and we want to make sure that they get an opportunity to talk a little bit more about their experience as well with CCIM and what they do to leverage CCIM to grow their business. And so with that, I just want to talk about life with the pin. Okay, so CCIM provides its members with the most sophisticated knowledge, technology, and operational platform to power their business. And this is extremely powerful if you are in a commercial real estate industry, because really the information that CCIM provides a commercial real estate professional, along with the technology and the platform that's in place, I can tell you from experience, has really won me assignments and won me some clients that I'm very, very excited to have. And these are clients that I fight to have. And I can tell you the tools that CCIM has given me the real opportunity to work directly with those clients one-on-one. And so our membership is made up of commercial real estate specialists and allied professionals from across the globe. Each member has a different story to tell, but one thing unites us all, which is a CCIM PIN. The PIN represents a 50-year legacy of investment analysis and fiduciary level professionalism in all phases of commercial real estate transactions. And our members are part of that legacy. So why CCIM? So CCIM is an organization that has a method, and that really what we create is a gold standard. So it doesn't matter if you take a CCIM class here in Orange County or Inland Empire or Los Angeles, or if you go anywhere part of the country, what you're going to find is that every single class that you take is going to be taught the exact same way. So what it's really doing, it's really creating a standard on how the CCIM professionals in commercial real estate as a whole is practiced. Innovation and influence, just give you some information and some numbers. There are 20,000 designees with over 50 chapters throughout the US. And this becomes really important because as you are looking to work on a transaction that may be in an area that we may not be as familiar with, we certainly want to reach out to those professionals that do have some familiarity with those areas, at the same time have a good understanding where you guys are able to talk the same language, because each of the CCIMs are taught the same way and the tools are being used the same way. So you're able to come together much quicker on those transactions. there was a poll that was taken, and what they found is that those that have the CCIM designation, that those individuals actually make 2 times more money than a person that does not have the designation. And so this is something that was really important for me when I was looking at the PIN, is how do I maximize my opportunity for growth. And it's just part of the reason why I chose to go with CCIM and to still stay here and volunteer my time. And only 10% of commercial real estate professionals have the distinct CCIM designation. A lot of people think that CCIM is really focused and specific for commercial real estate brokers. It's not. It's also available to investors, appraisers, attorneys, bankers. A couple of years ago, I was at the national conference, and sitting at the national conference, I was sitting right next to the person that does site selection for Walmart. And and I started getting an opportunity to talk to them a little bit more. And we've had an opportunity to create a relationship where I've put properties in front of Walmart, to try to do a transaction with them. But overall, CCIM is not specific for commercial real estate brokers. It's for all those that are involved in the commercial real estate transaction. The influential network was largely created by CCIMs like us. Perhaps you know of a colleague who's looking to take their career to the next level. Or maybe you know a young person who's considering a career in commercial real estate. We always encourage them to take a CCIM course. Invite them to our local chapter, SoCal CCIM, and show them why we take so much pride in the CCIM PIN and designation that we hold. As far as chapter marketing support, this is important to know as well, because there is a CCIM Institute, which is essentially the umbrella for all CCIM chapters. And so this is an important thing if you are a member looking to become part of CCIM, is that the things that your leadership does within the local chapter, the things that we do, for our members, is stuff that we're just not pulling out from the air. We actually get a lot of support and marketing material from the Institute to make sure that we're bringing relative content that's applicable to what's happening in today's marketplace. So what that means, the CCIM value, so if you are a CCIM, there's a lot of different additional values that come along with it, along with lifelong learning. The second area there, site to do business, and that alone is well worth the price of becoming a CCIM and just becoming a designee and being involved as a member on the Institute level. The Affinity Provider Program, we do get a lot of discounts from different providers that provide different types of service, such as email blast and FedEx and different types of aspects that are needed for us to run our business. And so once you are a CCIM member, a lot of these additional values start to open up to you as well. CCIM has lifelong learning, and so these are some of the classes that are available. So if you have an interest in understanding 1031 exchanges, splitting profits on some type of syndication, if you're interested in understanding how to do a construction project, how to do cost estimating, controlling a deal, loan underwriting, blockchain, anything having to do with a commercial real estate transaction, CCIM has some type of course that's available for you. But CCIMs can also revert the core curriculum that serves as the foundation of our program, which is really the 4 core classes that we all will become acquainted with if we're not acquainted with them already. And so CI 101, 102, 103, 104, these are the core courses that all of us take in order for us to get the designation. Anywhere from really understanding the analysis portion of a commercial real estate investment to understanding the market and how we exit that particular investment. The lifelong learning PIN is the key to success in commercial real estate, but that doesn't only mean taking courses. It also means venturing out into the world to hear new perspectives and connect with other peers. which is the reason why CCIM has their global conference that is available for everyone who would like to attend. This is a picture of the global conference that was held in 2018, where one of the main speakers was the CEO of Whole Foods Market, along with a senior executive, from Cushman and Wakefield, Ryan Companies. And there's a lot of other vendors there as well. So we get a better understanding as to what's happening, globally. And everyone at these conferences are really from around the world, and you really get an opportunity to network with those folks that are there as well. This is a global conference that it just happened, or it's actually coming up in November. So if you are a designee, this is actually a free conference that's available for you. If it's something that you would have an interest in participating in, we just reach out to me and we'll see if we could get you in this global conference as well. There's a lot of wonderful information that's shared during these times. You also have the ability to use trade shows. So if we think of ICSC and all the different trade show conferences that are out there, CCIM always has a booth over there, and these booths are available for us members. And so if you need a meeting place, you need a place to call home, you want to work the booth, there's always opportunities for you to meet, to work, and again, to use the CCIM platform to help meet new people. And every year, this exhibits spaces full of CCIM meetings, clients, as well as young commercial real estate professionals who are considering earning their designation. At these conferences, also, there's an opportunity to volunteer to be part of a governance meeting, and so really helping to shape the future of CCIM Institute. So you get an opportunity to really get involved in some of those committees and get a better understanding of how CCIM works and what we could do, to better overall help grow each other's business and support everybody's business that's all involved with CCIM. So we always encourage everyone to consider attending, one of the national meetings. They're held twice a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. Members like you can have a direct impact on the Institute's strategic direction, and they always welcome, your input. The technology platform, we talked about some of the opportunities or the tools that are available for CCIMs. And so again, I mentioned this earlier, but Site to Do Business is an amazing tool, especially if you need demographic studies, especially if you're involved with retail. It's very difficult to do it well without some type of tool that's going to give you real demographic studies. And if you ever done a class on Site to Do Business, you would know how powerful it is. But if you've never done a course on Site to Do Business or understanding demographics, this platform alone is worth the price of admission alone. So it really is powerful. This is just an example of we're kind of used to this, kind of seeing, a drive time map, and this is maps that we could pull together, and again, on Site to Do Business to really understand the demographics that are involved in each of those drive time areas. Other platforms that are available to you, is find a CCIM, a directory. And so this becomes really important because you want to be involved with the directory. Over the years, I've done several transactions out of my area in other states. And so one of the very first things that I do is I go to this directory and I find other local CCIMs to work with. An example is a couple of years ago, I did a transaction in Atlanta. I called the president in Atlanta and just said, hey, I'm a fellow CCIM out here in Southern California. We're doing an industrial transaction out there. Who can you introduce me to? So when I flew out there, it actually happened to be the time that they were holding their CCIM event. And he introduced me to all the developers and a lot of industrial brokers out in that area. And we were able to do a transaction very quickly and very easily because of the people that he introduced me to. With DealShare, also as a platform. So if you have a property that you want to market, DealShare is an opportunity and a platform where you could help market your property, to everyone across the country. some additional benefits. You do get a magazine that you'll get every so often, and and one of the big things as well is you have access to Casey Conway. Casey Conway is the Institute's chief economist, and I would certainly follow him on Instagram, or I'm sorry, on LinkedIn, because the information that he pumps out is really wonderful information that's going to help you better understand the trends and what's happening in the commercial real estate arena. The affinity program, and this is what we talked about earlier, as far as people or businesses that we have access to, where all these businesses are giving us their support by offering us some type of free trial or some type of discount on their services. And so you'll see on here that there's quite a few different businesses that are out there that we have an opportunity to take advantage of and to work with, to make sure that we are getting the lowest cost, for the tools that are available out there, and making sure that we're being as efficient as possible with our clients. So we also have a cultural diversity education program, a veterans real estate program. We also have a university outreach, and locally we do have an outreach with Cal State Fullerton, and we do support them, and they support us as well. And we do work with their students to better educate them about CCIM and the commercial real estate industry. And CCIMs have a key role in playing and preparing the commercial real estate industry for tomorrow. So whether it's using your membership benefits to help a client succeed, training your team with CCIM courses, or simply wearing your red label pin to your next meeting, you can be a positive force. And we're proud of the CCIM legacy, and we're all thrilled to be part of it. And we always encourage everyone who has an interest to also be part of it, and we welcome everyone as well. So with that, with these websites, there's some of the websites that are available, to us. If you have any questions, we're all available for you. This is a website you could go to get a better understanding as to what the benefits are. If you're looking to join the Institute, this is a website, and I apologize. I thought the chat setting was set up on our Zoom meeting here. But we could get this information out to you, but you could become, there's essentially two memberships that are available, for everyone. One is at the Institute level. And so at the Institute level is where you'll get access to a lot of tools that we talked about with Site to Do Business and the Affinity program. But you could also just join us here locally with SoCal CCIM if you become a member there. What we're doing right now is we're only having a membership fee of $99. And that will take you, for all of 2021. Typically that fee is $175, but we are being mindful of the times that we're in and that we are in COVID. And really what we want to do is we want to be a provider, and we want to give everyone the tools and information and be able to still network. And during this time, where it's very difficult for us to get together. And so for $99, you could be part of our SoCal CCIM chapter. And so just want to give a kind of a high overview of what CCIM and really what it's all about. And so I do know we have quite a few CCIMs that are here in our meeting. And so what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, and this is really canned, or not uncanned or unscripted, I should say. So I'm going to bring in Willie Hugren, and maybe some of our folks that are on here, you could talk to us a little bit more as to what you do and how you leverage CCIM to help grow your business. And so I'm going to bring in Willie Hugren here. Willie, you there? Okay, how about Nita? Nita, you there? All right.
Hey, Gary, I'm unmuted.
Okay, go ahead.
One of the advantages I've found about being a CCIM is being able to network with other CCIMs. I have said many times that if I can do nothing but deal with other CCIMs, it makes it so much easier.
Will, you there?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
All right. As I said before, I found that doing deals with other CCIM is so much more easier, more pleasant. If I could do nothing but deals with CCIM, it would be a much more enjoyable process. Getting transactions done. I'm still trying to get, there we go. All right. I found that networking with other CCIMs has been helpful. I can call us, just like you said, call a CCIM in another state. It's kind of like a fraternity, and they open up and share lots of information. It makes it much easier to do transactions in areas that out of our area that we're not familiar with. So being a CCIM has been a pleasure. It's also helped me fast track other designations. As people know, I have many designations. So it's been a good experience, good fraternity, and I've enjoyed meeting a lot of the fellow CCIMs in other areas.
Wonderful. Well, Willie, thank you so much for sharing. And we have Mr. Steve Eberly, one of our past presidents here. Can you share with us on how you leverage CCIM to help grow your business?
Willie, I'm exhausted looking at all the certificates behind you there. And another shout out for Willie. He encouraged me to do the CCIM years ago and never looked back, decades ago, unfortunately, never looked back. I think without sounding like a broken record, it's the network, it's the, I feel at home, I have trust and confidence in the person that I'm going to call for CCIM out of state. And I've always enjoyed the meetings at our local chapter. And Gary, you have done an off the charts job this year and last year. Fabulous. Thank you for everything.
Well, Steve, thank you for all your support as well.
Next thing is I think the CCIM does a good job of providing vendors that are best in class and saves us an awful lot of research time.
Right. Well, Steve, thank you for all your support as well. You've done a lot for our chapter, so thank you so much. And so I'd like to bring in our incoming president for next year, Mr. Eric Frickel. Eric, what do you do to leverage CCIM to help grow your business?
Well, I've attended some of the conferences and so forth, and making a lot of great contacts throughout the country with attending those. So it's a really good program for expanding your network, beyond your local market.
Eric, well, thank you so much for everything. And so I'm going to bring in Dino Champagne. Dino, you've been a supporter of us for many years, and you've been a sponsor for us. Can you tell us a little bit of how you've used CCIM to help grow your business?
Well, I think first of all, the relationship with everybody there at the CCIM chapter over the course of well over 10 years has been just phenomenal. The quality of the brokers and the other vendors or service providers there has been excellent. The way that I have been able to deal with the CCIM, I think, is by making myself available. When you guys reach out and have questions, specific questions about a 1031. And there's been times where I'm not even the accommodator, but you have the confidence in me to reach out, and I truly respect and appreciate that. But it's just been the networking, the working and helping each other out, I think, to grow businesses, because obviously my business is very different than what you guys do. But I would say that overall, the relationship and how I've utilized CCIM is by making myself available as a service provider in the 1031 space, and then assisting you guys. And I think through that reciprocity, everything just sort of just flows from that going forward. So I do appreciate, and that's why I like being a sponsor for the chapter as well. So,
thank you for all your support as well. And so let's just hear from a couple more, and there's a lot of ways we can leverage CCIM, and so it's really good to have a good understanding as to what everyone's doing, with CCIM, again, to help grow their business. And so Tony, you've been with CCIM for quite some time. What are you doing to leverage CCIM? You're muted, Tony. Still muted.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
in CCIM since 2004. I really learned quite a bit of it. 2 or 3 of the big office buildings that I worked through CCIM and the site to do business. And I enjoyed every meeting that especially the so-called CCIM chapter had. And I am I don't miss any meetings, and I like the people that are there. They're very helpful, and all the stuff that you've been doing, Gary, is really amazing, especially this year.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful, Tony. And
Actually, I went twice to the convention in Washington, D.C., the legislative days in Washington, D.C. in like in 2017 and 2018 for the CCIM chapter.
wonderful. Thank you, Tony. And let's bring in our last person. Actually, one of our newest designees, Chris Frazier. Why don't you tell us what you're doing as a new designee to leverage CCIM?
Sure. Can everyone hear me?
We hear you.
Okay. So I obviously, in addition to the networking, I think the education, the knowledge you're going to gain from the courses is critical. So I've used that to help win business when talking to potential clients. That's been the biggest thing for me. I'm a new designee, so obviously I need to expand my network. But I would say also the resources, site to do business as well. There's just a lot to take advantage of. So I'm glad that I got the designation, and hopefully I can kind of use what everyone else has been saying to grow my business.
Chris, so thank you so much, and congratulations as well. Thank you for being part of the family. We're all family here. And so last but not least, but I want to bring in our director of our Region 2, who's been doing an amazing job here to support our chapter, along with all the chapters in the West Coast region. Sharon Cars. Sharon.
Gary, hey.
Yes.
Well, I have to thank you for doing an amazing job with your tenure as president in SoCal. So, kudos to you as well. I can just say that I had a broker that mentored me during the REO downturn, and he said, you need to get your CCIM and I'm going to help you do it. And that was the best decision that I ever made. And I always reach out to a CCIM, even if I'm working in state, out of state. But the other thing is being a female, if you walk into a meeting with CCIM after your name, they know that you're a commercial practitioner. There's no question. So it's sort of like your badge of honor being a woman. And I love this business. So that's been, I think, something that I would like to mention to everybody, or even if you have women that want to get into commercial real estate, it's like you gotta work, you gotta run the numbers. And CCIM has been instrumental in amazing with that. Not to mention all of you guys being such great cohorts. I mean, there's a baseline of trust when you see somebody that has CCIM after their name. You're going to work with them. You're not going to worry about it. You're not going to have to vet them out. They're already vetted. So thank you for the opportunity to speak, Gary.
Sharon, thank you for all your support as well. And so, yeah, just want to remind everyone what CCIM is really all about. I mean, it's really about giving you education, giving you the tools that you need in order to be a successful commercial real estate professional. And as we talked about earlier, I mean, and it's a true fact that CCIMs do make more money than a typical commercial real estate professional, again, because of all the tools and everything that's available out there. And so, and also the networking, we heard multiple times from everyone that's talking on here. I really believe in relationships, and without relationships, I mean, we really have no business. And so it really doesn't matter if we sell real estate, if we sell cars, we sell shoes, if we have no relationships, we have no business. And so, so what we need to do is we always need to come together, making sure that we meet everyone that we need to meet to help grow your business and each other's business. And so with that, that's all I have. I just wanted to thank everyone for coming on here, and then I really wanted to help answer the question, for those who are thinking about becoming a CCIM. becoming a member, or just wants to network, or just wants to get a little bit more education to help them, learn a little bit more about commercial real estate, we want to, encourage you to visit the website, get involved, become a member. And it's been extremely valuable for me, because without CCIM, there's no way I would know most of you that are on this call today. So again, want to thank everyone for your support. Thank you for coming on. We'll go ahead and email everyone the different websites that are out there, or how to become a member if you're interested. And we're all here to help you and support you, and want to make sure that you're thriving and are going to be as successful as possible in the commercial real estate industry. And so I just want to close with this, and it's a little saying that's really helped me in my commercial real estate career. And the saying goes, with all things being equal, people want to do business with the people they know, like, and trust. And when things are not quite so equal, people still want to do business with the people they know, like, and trust. So I kind of use that. So it doesn't matter how long you've been in the business, but if people know you, like you, and trust you, they will work with you. And CCIM is a network that you can go to meet the people. So with that, thank you everyone for your support and for participating. Anyone has any questions, please reach out to us, and we'll see everybody soon. All right. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
Thanks for attending. Bye.